So, when it comes to certain Sonic games I've loved playing over the years, the one has ever struck me as the best one for me, personally, would be Sonic Unleashed, the HD version. However, there are another version of the game that I forgot to mention and talk about when I was doing the LP. No, not that one. Yeah, that's the one. So, that version is known as Sonic Wii Unleashed because it's also known as Sonic Unleashed SD, which was made during the PS2 and Wii era. It was made as a lower quality version made by Demps in order to allow other people who have been PS3, Xbox 360 to play, so yeah, they got the ability to do that. Now, I'm going to warn you right now, this is not going to be a review of the entire game. I'm just going to talk about the things and differences depending on the game of what you expecting. First and foremost, Wii Unleashed is different from the main game, to a small degree. Gameplay-wise, it is nearly similar enough. However, I will stress this right now. A lot of it is watered down. As in your combat, your movement options, your ability to boost. A lot of that is watered down to a smaller point in order to make things easier. Another thing is the gameplay progression system. It is different. Certain things in the game, the HD version, were not present in the Wii version. For example, I can make an easy example right here if I can put it on screen. Missouri does not have a day or night stage, instead it's just the boss fight. And it's a watered down version of the boss fight. Yeah, you can understand why. The next up is the Werehog. Oh, how do we talk about the Werehog? Unlike the HD counterpart, which is more combat based and allows it to do more freedom of movement, you know, a lot of the things Werehog's known for. Not so here. A lot of his combat has been watered down to button matching with the left and right triggers if you're playing GameCube, or unfortunately if you're like me, who unfortunately did not have a Wii that would allow me to play the GameCube. Unfortunately, my Wii died for the guest drive. It unfortunately resulted in me using the Wiimote and Nunchuck, and that is exhausting plus painful. Unlike the HD version where you just get a ranking and basically get the score, by the way, you'll get sun or moon medals depending on what stage you're in. It is definitely something that's interesting. However, I'm going to point this out right now. Unless you played badly, you'll never have to worry about progression in the Wii version. And people keep arguing that you spend less time in the Wii version's Werehog rather than the HD version's longer part. When I first to tell you right now, that is entirely incorrect. The Werehog also is the only one in the game of Wii version that actually gains experience based on Dark Gaia Force at all. So yeah, unfortunately the only one that gets level ups is the Werehog. So bluntly speaking about that, I'm going to be perfectly honest with all of you. I have never had the issue of the whole progression system. I never had an issue of that in HD Unleashed. Now also I forgot to talk about Daytime Sonic. Daytime Sonic's different because the boost has been watered down, like I said before. However, it was instead watered down from not being able to just hold the button down and let go. It acts similar to a car nitro, where you press the button and you use a boost gauge. It lasts about 10 seconds and then it stops. Now you only get recharge based on rings, and you need to get to a certain ring amount before you do that. I will say outright though, that the fact that the Wii version does have unique environments, such as Chunon's Nighttime actually has the Werehog in the third stage of it go on the Great Wall of China. No, I am not kidding. It's actually pretty interesting when you think about it. As well as different environments such as weird new areas in Chunon, but that's mostly Chunon itself. And the environments are different depending on the version of the game. Wii does definitely have a lot more variety, but I will say outright, it does not control very well. Bosses are used mostly one-to-one with their original HD counterparts, however, a lot of it has been toned down significantly, as well as animations not being as fluid. Especially certain bosses did not exactly survive the transition, such as Dark Gaia Phoenix. Music-wise, the stages have still retained their original soundtrack based on the original. By the way, in case you're wondering what happened to the E-Ring sound, well, guess what? If you fail a mission on purpose, this happens. No! Yeah, they moved it to a mission fail. But don't try to get it. That's the actual thing you don't want to do, because missions are a forced requirement in order to continue through the story, and that's definitely a thing I do not care for that much. Areas are cold, whatever the case may be. A lot of Sonic Unleashed is definitely a very popular Sonic game, and I'm gonna say this right now, I definitely enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it too. So, see you all next time for another video.